I would suggest that Caucasian Americans that you follow my channel as best you can because you have been set up. Now, like and subscribe and share with your friends, those that are interested in my subject matter. Let me begin by saying, understand this. The Israelis are Khazars. They are following a plan. They are not Israelis. But the reason why the United States is investing so much money in the war in Israel or Palestine is because this is the escape route. This is the home where the Khazars plan on leaving America and moving to. You see, the $30 trillion debt your your next generation will be paying the interest on. It may never be able to be paid off. It will be paid to the IMF and other world banks. The people who own the world banks are the rich and powerful. I do not know how 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 much. Then again, yes, I do. The World Bank is tied to the Khazars and the rich people of Europe. The United States connection is Bill Clinton's daughter marriage to a Khazar. Donald Trump's daughter is also married to a Khazar. See, this is what they did back in the feudal days, the days of feudalism when you had kings and queens to connect and to solve disputes and to become friends, they intermarried. What happened yesterday is happening today. The rich are planning on moving to Israel after they get rid of all the Palestinians. They also plan to move to South Africa. There are 20 million illegal Europeans, white Europeans, living in South Africa. They are going to be removed eventually. But understand this, the reason why the United States is bringing in illegal aliens and funding them is for the disruption and destruction of the United States and to cause an overthrow of the government. These people that are being brought in are being given citizenships. You see, the rich are going to evacuate the United States. That's why they want to take over the Palestinians' land and they want to move to South Africa and leave this country in debt, in total debt. They have built bunkers underground, self-contained bunkers underground, in case they lose the war in Israel, which they are losing. South Africa is on the growth. The Sahel regions, where they have had coups, they have exposed how millions of dollars and probably trolling billions by now of gold and other resources have been transferred and taken to Dubai, Saudi Arabia. They're not just getting rich off of oil, they are also causing the problems and the destabilization of governments in Africa to steal resources that are flowing into Europe. But now all of that's coming to a halt. It's coming to a halt. Africa is reclaiming their resources and with the help of Russia, rebuilding their cities and their countries and bringing them up to date with the help of Russia. China is in there also, building roads and infrastructure. But China is doing it with the hope of exploitation as well. They have been stopped in their tracks also because of BRICS and because of South Africa. But the main point I want to make is that white America, you have been deceived. This country is owned by the international world banks. $30 trillion in debt. $30 trillion in debt. The interest alone is going to enslave your children. Understand this. The people, the Caucasians who came here from Europe, you were the poor. You are immigrants of the working class. You were the victims of feudalism in your countries. When your grandparents first came here, Italians, Irish, and others, and people from India and China, you were not considered white. You weren't considered white, and you will never be considered white, not of the working class or of the ruling class. Your people were never of the ruling class. Your people were sent here out of the dungeons in England, Spain, France, wherever. And once they got a foothold into the country, then the rich came over and started to exploit and plunder and take out the Native Americans and brought blacks in here to build the country. And they use you to control the blacks. Because when we start building cities and towns, and we had Black Wall Street, and we had 140 black banks, it was in the 1920s, and it was the time of the Roaring Twenties. You all were also purchasing penny stocks from black banks, and therefore you were becoming wealthy. So when the United States government destroyed the banks and took out black cities and towns, this happened in the 1930s, and you became impoverished. You became impoverished. See, the destruction of the black cities and towns, you also benefited from. Understand this. When the bottom rises up, everything above the bottom also rises up also. But you were taught to hate the very institutions that was bringing you wealth. Now you are in $30 trillion of debt to the world banks. These are your kings and queens, the descendants of your kings and queens, of which are the Khazars, who are fake Israelis. And the United States knows they are the Khazars. But they have married into the families of old money, kings and queens, through the Khazars. The pictures that you see are real. They are not tomorrow. They are today. The United States government is under attack. See, it is under attack within. Now, Caucasians, if you are smart, you will get rid of the black gatekeepers and put blacks in office that you know will help you. And it starts with Cornel West. Like and subscribe. Don't believe me though. Look at the pictures. The pictures say 1,000 words. And those are not fake pictures. They are of things to come. Now, like and subscribe, and hit the black bell icon. And it would be smart of you, it would behoove you to join other white people that are protesting against the Israeli government. It would be wise of you to protest against them. And it would also be wise of you to stop the coup that is about to become in America. But it begins with the police. You better wake the hell up. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.